about it, man. First, does colorism really exist amongst people of color? If you are a person of color, you probably already know the answer, but we'll explore that. We also asking, why am I so tired nowadays? Am I the only one that just feel tired all the time? What can we do about it, and what's the cause of it? We're gonna explore that. We also listen to Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2, and we watch this new movie on Netflix, no endorsement, called Leave the World Behind. We're gonna talk about all that and sports. What's coming up? You kicking it with KC, baby. Yeah. Popular topics, pop tops that may or may not be talked about in the news with yours truly, KCMC, 10 plus years, radio experience, and more. Let's go. This first story is coming from apnews.com, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, new baller alert. Balleralert.com. Nick Cannon and the streaming platform Zeus faced criticism for promoting a divisive colorist event called Bad vs. Wild, Dark Skin vs. Light Skin. Cannon, who had previously addressed colorism in the African American community, shared the event flyer on his social media page, sparking immediate backlash. Despite deleting the post and some alterations made by Zeus to the flyer, the fallout persisted. While Cannon has yet to issue an official statement addressing the situation, his involvement has indicated by, quote, Nick Cannon presents, end quote, suggests a significant role in the project's planning. Despite the controversy, Cannon appears to continue his regular social media activities. I don't know if you saw this flyer, but we're talking about an event that Nick Cannon and some club in Las Vegas were hosting and holding. And it was called Bad vs. Wild, Las Vegas, dark skin versus light skin. We got the graphic right here. Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. Now, first question that came up to me is this basically saying that colorism exists amongst people of color? Who would have known? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna be honest. I'm damn near proud of them for taking a step forward and actually taking this risk and doing it. Now, obviously, I got a lot of backlash because not a lot of people of the African American community promote this or support this, I should say. Like, obviously and blatantly supporting and showing divisiveness between people of the black community, African American community, but both two ends of the spectrum when it comes to their skin tone. So they got a lot of backlash, and as a result, they end up changing the graphic, whatever the case may be. What I want to speak on is that was Thursday, December 7th. That party was supposed to be on. They had a bunch of other events that they were throwing throughout the weekend. December 8th, this was Friday. Fake ass versus natural ass. You see what they doing? That ain't it. They have more. If you're interested, they got the TT versus Vanity. I don't even know what that means. But they got TT versus Vanity. That was an event also on December 8th. Then we had, on Thursday, December 7th, BBWs versus the Slim Girls. So you can obviously tell that they had a theme going on right here. And what just so happened to be included in that was the dark skin versus the light skinned girls. Now, since they got all the backlash, like they said, Zeus, not Nick Cannon, but Zeus, the network, they actually changed the graphic to chocolate goddesses versus the caramel goddesses. Now, I don't think this makes any difference whatsoever. But what I want to say is, ultimately, colorism does absolutely exist amongst people of color. Absolutely. We all know that. It's even in hip hop and R&B songs in some cases, how they prefer a light-skinned chick, curly hair. And by curly, they don't mean like black girl curly. You talking about curly. You see what I'm saying? So by all of this, I'm saying colorism does exist. Should they be shunned because of this? Absolutely not. That party was probably about to slap, if I'm being honest with you. Men have their preferences. Everybody has their preferences. Trust me, as a light-skinned man, I've been told by a woman that I'm not interested in you strictly because you're light-skinned. I like your friend because he's dark-skinned. I'm talking to you, Black Mike. Shout out to my nigga. But anyway, the point is, it happens in the community. And it is what it is, if you ask me. Now, the fact that it's associated by Nick Cannon, his brand, and it's being promoted by a lot of people, that makes it look bad. I'm being honest. Yeah, some things, if you're gonna do that and it's gonna stay amongst the African American community, we almost can't even promote it publicly. We just gotta tell people about it. Other than that, the white people and everybody else gonna know. The Asian people, the Hispanic people, they gonna know. And then they gonna try to use that against us. But that's just me. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show. 313-466-4386. I don't think they wrong for that, by the way. I just think, they could have did it a little bit better, or they shouldn't have promoted it as big as they did. Maybe Nick Cannon shouldn't have attached his name to it. That's what I say. But anyway, moving forward, why am I so tired? And what's the reason for it, and what can we do about it? See, this story is coming from Baller Alert. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. This is coming from News5Cleveland.com. U.S. health officials estimated that approximately 3.3 million Americans may have chronic fatigue syndrome, or the myalgic encephalomyelitis disease, or syndrome, aka chronic fatigue syndrome, marked by severe exhaustion lasting at least 6 months, often accompanied by pain or cognitive issues that worsen with activity. Believe it or not, this cause remains unknown, some attributing to its prolonged immune responses, and there's no definitive diagnosis or cure. COVID-19 infections may have contributed to an uptick in these cases, but the CDC survey found it more prevalent in women, with no significant gap between racial or ethnic groups. So this is pretty much amongst everybody, but women seem to suffer from this more. Limited diagnosis and treatment options hinder recognition and management of this condition, as there's no approved medications or official guidelines for addressing it, making it likely undiagnosed in the U.S. population. So it's not just me that feels like, man, I feel like I'm tired all the time, a lot more often than I used to be. Now, I know I'm a little bit older than I used to be. Obviously, I'm older, but why am I really I feel like I'm more than average tired. Yes, I'm a parent now also, so I can understand I lose sleep more than the average person without a child. But nonetheless, there's a few things that go along with it. We can be deficient with certain vitamins B2, B12, a variety of things. It could be your work patterns, the fact that you're on your phone at certain points and you have certain screen time, or you're either on your phone, television, or TV. It could absolutely be our diet. Nonetheless, what can we do about it? You literally have to look at those things, put down your phone at certain times, which is hard. You're probably watching this on the phone. Put it down, cut it off. It is what it is if you really care about it. You also watch what you eat. Are you eating a lot of fast food, mass-produced food? Cook more. Fruits and vegetables more. Fresh fruits and vegetables. And also B12 and other vitamins. But nonetheless, you ain't the only one feeling tired all the time. I'm not the only one feeling tired all the time. I feel tired all the time, feeling like, why? I feel like I should shake this. Yes, I eat fast food every now and then. I stop by Wendy's, get a 4 for $4. Stop by Hungry Howie's, get a pizza, some every now and then. Nonetheless, I feel like I have an above average diet. I work out at the gym at least once, twice a week on average. Why am I feeling so fatigued? It's not just me, it's our diet overall. It could just be what's in the air, but I think we all should be conscious of it. Nonetheless, watch what you eat, be more active, and spend less time watching screens like what are we doing right now. But anyway, that's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat, in the comments, or call into the show, 313-466-4386. You know what we do, man. We got all sites sourced in the description below, so you can check out all the sources in our description. Other than that, we about to move on and talk about some music, man. Let's keep it moving. In the audio audit, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so we recently listened to a project. The only project that we listened to, this was actually from Nicki Minaj, man. Oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong project up right now, so we about to switch this. Listen to a project from Nicki Minaj. She dropped a highly anticipated project, Pink Friday 2. Listen to this on YouTube Music. No endorsement, by the way. This was long as hell. Hour 10 minutes, 22 tracks. I like my projects between 30 and 45 minutes. If it's less than 30, I don't take it serious. I feel like you're just putting out a couple songs. If it's more than 45, I get bored. We all get bored. Couple singles from this project you may know of. Red Ruby the Sleeves, which she was spitting on, pause. And then Super Freaky Girl, which had that Rick James sample on it. So that was pretty decent. Other than that, 22 tracks. It's a lot to digest. This is 13 years from her first Pink Friday project. Whatever, we're not even gonna think about that. Other than that, couple songs stood out to me. FTCU, this was a track where she allegedly was coming at Megan Thee Stallion, talking about stay in your Tory lanes. I'm not Iggy, insinuating that a lot of people saying that Megan Thee Stallion stole Iggy Azalea style. I don't know about that. It slipped over my head. I did hear the Iggy part when I first listened to it, but that was like, wow, that was crazy. I didn't know that was a shot to Megan though, so that was interesting. Beat stood out to me. That was pretty decent. That was a nice little bop right there. Let Me Calm Down featuring J. Cole. J. Cole is on a feature run. Can I say that again? J. Cole is on a feature run. Let Me Calm Down. I think this is like a family type, talking about how you appreciate your family, how much you contribute to your family, love your family, sacrifice, respect to all the husbands, to being faithful to their wives and stuff like that, to their family. Yo, I felt this. This was a nice song. Let Me Calm Down featuring J. Cole. R&B featuring Lil Wayne and Tate Cobain. That's actually pretty decent too. That stood out. And Pink Birthday. This was what, 5 songs, including the 2 singles. That's 7 songs. 7 out of 22. Just slightly less than a third. That's pretty decent for a 22-track project. About a third of the project stood out, including the singles. I'll give you that. Now, I'll probably say about a third of it I probably could pass. It was a song with Drake called Needle. I didn't necessarily like it. It was like that island Caribbean vibe. You got to be in a certain mode, certain vibe for that, certain environment, which I was not in. You feel what I'm saying? So other than that, Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday 2, highly anticipated. It was decent. She could have cut it in half if you ask me. Other than that, let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. We about to get extended with this next one. Pause. Because I got to talk about this new movie that we recently saw. And scenes I saw Corn Stream, know what I mean? All right, so. Oh, man, yeah, we got to get this up out of here. Hold on. Wrong title. So we recently saw a movie. This is actually titled Leave the World Behind on Netflix. No endorsement. Man, what a movie this was. 2 hours, 21 minutes. Like a suspense thriller type movie, I will say. Starring Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, and Mahershala Ali. This is a black dude who's featured in a few different movies on Apple TV and a couple other ones. Trust me, you might have seen him in some. A family vacation on Long Island, New York is interrupted by 2 strangers bearing news of a blackout. As the threat grows, both families must decide how best to survive the potential crisis, all while grappling their own place in this collapsing world. It's essentially Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke, mother, father. They have a daughter, son. They rented out this Airbnb as a vacation just to get away, clear their minds. And allegedly, I guess it turns out that the Airbnb belonged to this black couple, Mahershala Ali, and this well, not a black couple, excuse me, his daughter and his daughter. Long story short, they had to convince the white couple that they were the owners of the home, and they actually let them rent it out. So he had to give them $1,000 cash from a drawer. Nonetheless, it was a couple goofy stuff that happened, and it was split into parts. It was like 5 different parts: the house, the curve, the noise, a couple other ones. But I feel like the black man and his daughter, they look and sound goofy. First showing up to that door, not really explaining themselves. They were very, very awkward in explaining themselves. And I can see why Julia Roberts was very like, nah, I don't trust these niggas. That's the vibe she was giving off. And I agree with that. But her husband, Ethan Hawke, was like, no, come on in. It's all right. I understand. It's a blackout. You know, you couldn't call in. Well, yeah. So anyway, they come into the house. And I feel like the white man, Ethan Hawke, he was dumb for even, like, you're not really protecting your family doing that, letting them in. Even if they are the owners. I don't care. If you can't prove it to me, even if you can't, I got my family here right now. I don't care. I rented this out. But anyway, long story short, very good movie. Very good movie. Now, what I will say is when you watch it through, you'll be like, yo, there's no good ending to this. What really happened? What's the cause of all this? It says it's basically a rogue cyber attack from a rogue army, a rogue military army. They basically hacked our systems in the United States, and they cut off all the internet, all the phone services, all the GPSs. Ships didn't know where to go. Planes didn't know where to go. They were crashing. It looked crazy. It was deep. They broke it into saying how to cause internal collapse within a country government, isolation. You cut off the phones and the transportation. Then you get into basically confusion. So you make them all confused, send them different notes that they don't understand or different messages that they don't understand, basically turning them against each other. And then eventually in step 3, they just shoot each other. They kill each other. They just destroy each other within this economy, in this country. And it was very deep, pause, interesting, unconventional photography and camera composition. It was very, very intriguing nonetheless. Now, what I will say as a viewer when I watched this through, I said, yo, I don't like this. It didn't give me the ending that I anticipated. It didn't give me the answer that I wanted. It was this little girl just wanted to watch the whole Friends series. She wanted to watch the whole series of Friends. She was streaming it at first, and then she ended up watching it on DVD the last episode. And it literally ended with the little girl watching Friends. You never really get a full answer. So then I broke it down. I did research. According to Netflix, or research directly associated with Netflix, this movie is basically, according to the director and the author of the book that it's based on, it's showing how we would collapse or how we would react when it comes to being isolated or being not provided with the internet and cell phones. That basic stuff that we feel like we can't live without. How we will react to, especially as U.S. citizens. How we're so pacified as a first world country that if we had lack thereof of what we consider basic stuff, which is far beyond basic, that's luxurious, that we wouldn't even know what to do, to the point to where we would dang near kill each other. And I said, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. It makes you want to get your basic necessities and human skills up, just in case of something like this. Like, this seems highly likely, is what I'm going to say. Very interesting movie, nonetheless. Leave the World Behind on Netflix, no endorsement. 2 hours and 20 minutes. So be prepared for that, but I highly recommend it. But don't expect the solution. I think the director and author basically said they didn't want to leave you with a solution to the problem. They just want to leave you with the fact that this little girl watching Friends, or the desire to watch Friends, even though this world was collapsing, it was just the human nature to want to escape, find escapism in a world that is destroyed. That touched me. Pause. God damn. Let me know what you think, man. We about to move forward, get up out of here. Go off in the live chat in the comments, call into the show 313-4. Let's keep going, baby. Let's talk about sports, baby. From the stands of a sports fan, my man's Pots and Pans. We move forward. We talking about the NCAA football first and foremost. This is light, so we're gonna move through it. College football, week 15, I guess officially, or 14, whatever the case. Number 2 Michigan going against number 5 Alabama. We passed the controversy with Alabama being in the college football playoffs despite having a loss, and Florida State being out despite being undefeated. They're in the Rose Bowl January 1st. Number 2 Washington against number 3 Texas in the Sugar Bowl January 1st. The winners of those 2 games will determine who goes to the championship in 2024, which is January 8th in Houston. So, let me just do 2 predictions if you don't mind. What I think realistically, Alabama may roll over Michigan, and they're going to make the championship and possibly win. Possibly. Washington against Texas. I think Michael Penix Jr. is going to find a way to win like he has all season. He's going to roll over Washington, and I think Washington is going to put up a good fight. I think Washington may get it. Pause. I think Washington may get it. That's realistically. I think Michigan, I want Michigan to get it. Let's say that. I want the Wolverine to roll past Alabama, and I see Washington still getting past Texas. And then Michigan beating Washington. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. I think that's pretty much it, man. So we about to roll up out of here if you don't mind. As of course, per usual, thinking out loud. How do the people you love handle criticism from you or from other people that they love? Think about it. So being completely vulnerable here, I have not necessarily an issue. I have this thing where with some people that I love, I feel like I can't be completely honest or give criticism about how I feel or about what it is, because they will feel a certain type of way and either not wanting to communicate, not want to respond, or just feel a certain way about me. And I love them so much. It's like, dang, do I want to risk having our relationship tarnished? I feel like within family, you should want to be able to speak your truth to them or say how you feel without no hard feelings, and they should give a response. And it should be no hard feelings, because at the end of the day, this is family. Or do you feel more hurt because this is family? How do your family members handle criticism from you or ones they love? That's just me thinking out loud. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Call into the show, 313-466-4386. We about to get up out of here. Before I do that, do me a favor, please, and thank you. And kick it with KCMC on all social media. That's at KIWKCMC on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all that at KIWKCMC. And show some love to my sponsor, man, please. Team Elite 313 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all that at Team Elite 313. That's TEAMELITE 313. And check out their premium urban-based athleisure wear. That's t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, tech fleece, jogger sets, varsity sets, and more. So all on their website, teamelite313.com. Ask your mom, baby. Use code KIWKCMC for that discount, man. Hey, man, if you got this point in the episode, do me a favor. I appreciate you. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the alert so you know when we going live, because I might pop up on you at any time, and I appreciate that, man. That's all for the free ski, though. Hey, if you want to show love, you got a couple dollars, donate to the show so we can grow. I got my Cash App right here. You see that right there? Yep, right there. Appreciate that. Other than that, man, tell a friend, make sure you share it. Also, stream my singles featuring my dog, Techmatic. It's all in my description. We got Hands and Knees, and we also got Juice. Check it out in the description below. Appreciate you for kicking with Casey.